If I told you the most important player of the next 20 years might not be LeBron, or Luka, or Giannis, but a 7'5" teenager from Paris they call the Alien. A kid drafted by the same franchise that quietly built one of the greatest dynasties ever. You'd probably think it's hype, but watch Victor Wembanyama for 5 minutes and it stops feeling like hype and starts feeling like a preview of where basketball is going next. Imagine a player so unique they call him the Alien. Today we're exploring the journey of Victor Wembanyama, a 7'5" phenomenon who's redefining basketball. And now he's stepping into the storied lineage of the San Antonio Spurs, one of the NBA's most championship-rich franchises. Victor Wembanyama's story begins in Paris, where his extraordinary height and skill turned heads from a young age. Growing up with a basketball in his hands and a city of rich culture around him, Victor honed his craft under the guidance of former pros and trainers who saw his potential early. But what makes his path truly unique? He once spent time training with monks, focusing on mindfulness, patience, and inner peace. It wasn't just about basketball. It was about mastering himself. That mental discipline set him apart from every other young phenom chasing stardom. When Wembanyama was drafted by the San Antonio Spurs, the basketball world took a deep breath. It felt poetic. This is the franchise that built dynasties from discipline. The same organization that molded Tim Duncan, developed David Robinson, and created a culture of selflessness and winning under Gregg Popovich, one of the greatest coaches in NBA history. Victor isn't just the Spurs' next big man. He's the continuation of a basketball lineage, one built on teamwork, humility, and championship DNA. And with Popovich still at the helm, the mentorship couldn't be more perfect. Just like Duncan once learned from Robinson, now Victor learns from the Spurs' past to create their future. Let's talk about why they call him the Alien. It's not just the height. It's what he can do with it. He moves like a guard, shoots like a wing, and protects the rim like he's part machine. Watching Wembanyama glide across the floor feels like watching the future of basketball unfold in real time. Players his size aren't supposed to cross over defenders or hit step-back threes. Yet here he is, rewriting what's possible for a player above 7 feet tall. He embodies a new kind of basketball evolution, one that bends the rules of physics and tradition. For the city of San Antonio, this isn't just a rebuild, it's a rebirth. Spurs fans have waited years for a new cornerstone, someone who could bring them back to relevance and remind the league what Spurs basketball looks like when it's firing on all cylinders. Victor Wembanyama represents hope, dominance, and the quiet confidence that the next era of greatness has already begun. With Pop's system guiding him and an entire fan base behind him, it's only a matter of time before Wemby has the Spurs back in the playoff picture, and maybe even beyond. In the end, Victor Wembanyama isn't just another top draft pick. He's a global symbol of how far the game has come. From Paris to San Antonio, from humble beginnings to international stardom, Wembanyama carries the torch for a new generation of athletes who can do it all. But even as the future shines bright, the NBA itself is facing shadows it can't ignore. While Wembanyama represents the future of basketball, the league he's entering is being tested like never before. The ongoing NBA gambling probe has exposed cracks in the foundation. Players, staff, and even insiders being investigated for their ties to betting activity. It's the kind of scandal that could reshape the NBA's image and redefine what fair play means in the modern era. If you haven't seen our previous video on the NBA gambling investigation, check it out next. We break down who's involved, how deep it goes, and what it means for the league's credibility moving forward. Because while a new era of talent like Victor Wembanyama is rising, Another story is unfolding behind the scenes, one that could change the game forever.